Kia ora and welcome to Returning to Wholeness with Catherine Parr. Today I'm joined by the incredible Frank Arjava Petter, a Reiki master, sensei, teacher and author who has spent more than 3 decades sharing the authentic roots and spiritual essence of Reiki throughout the world. Arjava has dedicated his life to teaching others that Reiki is not only a practice of hands-on healing, but a path of self-realization, a way of remembering who we truly are. In this episode, we explore the deeper truth that healing isn't something a technique does to us, but something that naturally happens through us. The role of the healing practitioner is to support alignment, to help you reconnect with your own innate ability to heal by gently removing the blocks that prevent your body's natural intelligence from doing what it already knows how to do. Together we talk about the beauty of the physical body, how it carries an ancient wisdom, and how recognizing the beauty within yourself is essential for true healing. We also touch on the power of body-orientated therapies and how personal development is really about releasing the barriers we've created ourselves, the ones that keep us from feeling our own divinity. Because you are connected to everything, and you are beautiful, and you are divine. So take a deep breath, soften your heart, and join us in this beautiful corridor with Frank Arjava Petter. Kia ora, Arjava. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. How are you this morning?
Thank you, Catherine. It's really nice to be here. Nice to be back in New Zealand after my recent visit. I'm back in beautiful New Zealand and I'm enjoying that. I came to New Zealand the first time about 27 years ago and I felt immediately at home. It was quite a spooky feeling. I remember arriving in Auckland at the airport feeling like the land was hugging, saying, "Oh, where have you been all this time?" It was an intense feeling. I travel a lot and I don't get that feeling in other places. Yeah? So thank you for bringing me back virtually.
Oh, you're so welcome. Talking into that, is there an initiation at some point from our people, from Māori? Did you ever experience anything like that?
The second time I came to New Zealand, there was a welcome by the Maori community that was very beautiful. I will never forget that. So I have, I don't know, I feel like I'm part of the landscape.
Yeah. Yeah. I know after doing your course, I know I felt the same connection with you. And I really did feel that connection to this part of, we call it Papatūānuku or Mother Earth, Gaia. Yeah. So I really do feel like you have quite a deep connection to our land as well. I felt that as well. It's beautiful. I guess we want to kind of start by getting to know you and talking to your journey in the Reiki world, which is quite a big one. So how long have you been practicing and you're a sensei? Is that fair to call you a sensei? Do you like to call yourself a sensei, Java?
Oh, that's a good question. So sensei is a Japanese word that means respected teacher. And it's a term of endearment, really, that the students in Japan use to address their teacher, because in Japanese society, it's all about hierarchy. Yeah? And the hierarchy is not really about who's better or so, but it's a question of respect. I lived in Japan for many years, between 1989 and 2002, and lived there, worked there. And I never liked the word sensei. At the time, my former wife and myself, we had a language school, and all the kids tried to call me sensei, of course, because that's the natural thing to do. And I asked them to call me by my name. And then later on, when I became a well-known Reiki figure with this Japanese background in the Japanese Reiki Association. Everybody was calling me sensei, and I'm like, oh, I don't like this word, because it creates a distance. It creates,
Mm.
yeah, which is totally against my nature. My nature is to melt into to people,
Yes.
not to create a distance and a hierarchy and all of that. So I prefer to be called by my name. And also, I don't like to be a function. It's like a title. I don't like to have a title. I just want to be myself.
Yeah.
So you and me together, just two normal humans talking, this is the best. I love that.
And do you think that is comes from your spiritual beliefs? So let's talk into your spiritual beliefs. So what drew you to Reiki and that path?
I grew up uh, in Germany in the 60s, and both my parents and my grandparents were into alternative treatment methods. Well, alternative is not really right, into traditional healing methods. So I grew up with homeopathy and things like that. We used to go to an iridologist when I was, I don't know, 5 or something like that. So for me, healing and natural healing was just a very normal thing. So growing up with that, Reiki then came easily because I always knew that touch has the potential of initiating healing.
Mm.
So from my point of view, um, it's not the healing technique that heals the body, but it's the body that heals itself if it can. Yeah, so the real magic is not the Reiki or the Shiatsu or the acupuncture or whatever it is, or the Ayurveda. The real magic is the physical body that does all the work. All we do, those of us who do body work or body oriented therapies, is we remove obstacles. Yeah? And I think in all spiritual endeavors, really, that's what it is all about, is removing obstacles, because everything is fine. Yeah,
Mhm.
you are
Mm.
as you are, you're fine, you're beautiful, you're gorgeous, you're divine, you're in the right place, you're at the right, everything is fine, but there are obstacles, and a lot of those obstacles are self-made.
Yes.
All we need to do is to remove those and then relax and and just look at what is, and what is so beautiful.
And do you find that it's harder to do that in different places to like so different countries? Do you find it's easier in some countries more than others?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Not only in countries, but in places. So essentially, from my point of view, um, big cities are not very conducive to this kind of thing.
Mm.
It's more difficult because there's a lot of mind activity happening everywhere. Lots of fears, lots of thoughts, lots of insecurities, lots of strange feelings that people have, and that's like how do you say, like almost like a belt of something that's surrounding the atmosphere. And if you go somewhere in a beautiful place, in a quiet
Mm.
place where there's not so many people, it's much easier. It's much easier to be quiet. We live in a small, we live in a small place with about 1,000 people, small village. And I was just saying to my wife yesterday, we had to go somewhere by car. The next bigger city is about 40, 50 kilometers away. The next traffic light is almost 90 kilometers from my house. I was just saying to her, what a luxury it is to have this space, just wide open space, no houses, no villages, no people, just nature, beautiful. And then the sea behind. So good. So a place like that for me is helpful.
Mm.
But I understand that not everyone can move to the countryside or to a Greek island or to New Zealand or to some beautiful place. Not everyone can do it because people have to work, people have to make a living. So if you're in a big city and if you're in a tough environment, what helps is to create a beautiful space inside your house, first of all, or apartment. Create a beautiful room that you use just for introspection, for meditation, this kind of for this kind of thing. Yeah, and then
Coming back to your center.
yes.
Yeah.
So some place that anchors you in the present and within yourself, in your own heart.
Mm.
And the next thing is to find a group of people to do this together with. You know, alone is difficult in the beginning. After a while, it's okay. But in the beginning, I think you need help. You need a group.
Okay. And do you think the nature has a lot to do with that when we talk about like the different elements to help with that, centering yourself and being in that different energetic frequencies? Do you think that nature definitely helps in that, or is it just more to do with your own alignment and centering yourself?
We are nature. Yeah? We are nature. Maybe we forget. We think we are separate from nature. We are, or some people think they're higher or better than nature. We can do with it as we please, but we
Mm,
are nature. This is nature here.
mm,
And when you see yourself like that, then you develop respect for nature. You don't treat it badly. You love it. You
mm.
treat it with devotion, with love, with kindness. So
Yeah. I think, that's the problem with built up cities is there isn't enough trees or, there isn't enough nature, enough trees, enough living things to create to help with the cleansing because I feel like everything is interconnected and that trees have a big part in helping us, alchemize a lot of that negativity that we store and we actually, I feel like we create as well, with the way that we think.
absolutely, but the earth, yeah, the earth as such, the ground, the soil, the insects, the bacteria, the trees, the animals, the wildlife, the fauna and flora, everything is one big, beautiful whole, organic whole, and we are part of that. I often have this kind of image that if you were to float up slowly, slowly, until you see the curvature of the earth, and then a little bit more, what do you see? Yeah? You see one
Yeah.
still body. That's not the philosophy when we talk about being one with nature. It's just a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah? We are one small cell of this incredible wealth, of this incredible organism, and we don't get it. And we think that I'm different, I'm better than nature, better than everyone. I can do as I please. I can pollute the place. I can. Uh,
Mm,
we don't get it that we are this. We are it. We are the world. That's it. It's not a philosophy. It's not a great idea. It's just a simple fact. If you were to look at it from high up, you would see just one beauty.
mm.
Yeah, and we are here to take care of that.
We are the kaitiaki, we are the caretakers.
We are the caretakers, and I'm always aim at leaving this place better than it was before. So that's what I've been intending to do all my life, even in a small way. I'm going to Paris to work in a couple of days.
Oh.
I went the last week into the garden to, we have a olive plantation. We have about 62 olives, not too many. But it's a lot of work, and I do it all myself. So I always fix everything before I leave, just in case I don't come back, that it's clean, it's beautiful. No, I don't want to leave the place a mess,
Mm.
to leave it nice. And I do the same at home too. I don't leave on a bad note. I always leave with kindness, with love, with respect. And I've been,
Was that something your grandparents taught you, Ajaba? Do you think that came from your grandparents' teachings?
no, I don't know. It just kind of happened by itself.
Mm.
Yeah,
I know
I can't,
it's something my grandfather always taught me. It's knowledge that's been passed through my family as well. So I thought it might be something that come from your grandparents, but
I'm not aware of it. Maybe
Mm.
they taught me that, but for me, it just happened kind of naturally.
Mm.
That this is my thing. I have a very strong, also very strong social um, kind of feeling. I like social projects. I like to help people.
You like community.
I like community. I
Mm.
organize cleanups here in the village sometimes, and this kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's my thing, and I love nature. I've always wanted to have a farm when I was a kid, and I was hoping that this would be my business, to have an organic farm. I'm glad now that I didn't do it professionally, because it's really, really hard work, and I also need time to do my work, my writing, and all that. And if I had a professional farm, I wouldn't be able to do that. So now we have a small, like a mini farm, organic olive plantation, a very big veggie garden, and that's perfect. So I need that balance of going out, being with people which I love, and then coming back home, like going into the earth, like into a cocoon where I can just relax. And if you see me working in the garden, you see this guy like this, sweating and looking happy, always smiling. If you see photos of me in the garden, I'm always like ecstatic. I'm going back into this cocoon of the earth, really,
Mm.
of the planet, where I'm just at home. So beautiful.
Very. It's probably like me when I'm diving in the sea, in the moana, and I'm just one with nature.
Same, exactly the same. We live by the sea too, and
Mm.
we swim in the summer, at least our summer here in Greece, every day. And when you're diving, oh, it's just incredible. Or when you're going out with the boat and
Mm.
all this space and silence, and oh, what a blessing. And
It's-
what an incredible place we live in, and we don't realize it, and we don't pay attention to it. If you start paying attention to it, you get so ecstatic.
And I think it's really important for for everybody out there to start getting being more appreciative of their environment, them, taking in their what's happening in front of them instead of always, I feel like a lot of people are in survival mode. They're not really able to really absorb the beautifulness that we live in every day. I know that it's really about being conscious, consciously aware of that, because the world's just moving so quickly. It's so hard to take the time, unless you're like yourself and myself, who just I can't not now. I'm so committed to this way of life that I go out into the world and I'm like, oh, I just want to get back to my little sanctuary, because I love being one with nature. I'm the same. I love nature. It I could quite happily just stay in my cocoon, which is terrible. I need to get out there, Ajava. I quite like my little cocoon.
I need both. I need both. I need the time with people. I need the um,
Stimulation. Mm.
stimulation, really, and
Mm.
so I need time on my own. So the secret, I think, somehow is to find a really good balance, which is personal, totally personal, to see what you need, how much time you need with others, how much time you need with yourself, and then how much time you need for things that are just for you. For example, my writing, the
Mm.
Reiki books, the poetry books, and all that. Those are many, 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 many hours. I can't even imagine how many hours I've spent writing by myself,
Ah,
discovering myself, because that's really what it is. You know, when I'm writing, I'm not writing from here, from something that I know, but I'm writing from not knowing, from an empty space. Yeah? And that's so beautiful when the things start to take shape. And I love that. But then I get lonely after a while. And I need to be with people. Luckily I have a family. I'm very happy with my wife. We are like joined at the hip. We're very close. We're like glued to each other. And we have two kids, age 20, 21 and 17. And it's been really good fun and very intimate, which is
mm,
the other thing that I really need. I need the intimacy with people.
mm, mm.
And
Yes.
I, I need that. And the Reiki helps me with that, because when I touch somebody, I touch them with the same intimacy, of course, not sexual, yeah, but
Yeah.
with tenderness.
Yes.
I touch my family,
Yeah.
yeah, my most beloved people, and that is such a blessing, you know, when you come close, when you melt on one hand with nature, yeah,
Mm,
but
mm,
and with people, with the people that you meet. And
mm.
of course, this is not everybody's cup of tea. You know? Some people will say, "Oh, what's wrong with him? You know, why is he so friendly?"
Oh, right. Yeah.
Okay, okay, does he want something? You know, because we're so
Mm.
used to wanting something.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's yeah, well, that's right. My question around that, so when you used to kind of being on your own, doing your own thing, and then you come in contact with others who are very much caught in the 3D reality of everything that's outside of themselves, and there's a lot of negativity in their energy. How do you protect yourself from that?
The easiest way is to you open your heart full,
Oh,
all the way open, right? Like this,
yes.
an open window. Nothing can happen to an open window. Right? You just allow whatever is on the outside to come in and pass through you. Right? Just pass through. It's okay. So I don't protect myself at all. And also I know that the um, let's say the higher vibration always overrides the lower. I don't mean with higher vibration there.
I know what you mean. Yeah, the I know what you mean. the more positive, the positive always out. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not that I'm better than other people. I'm not. I'm
No.
exactly the same. Huh? We're all the same. Exactly. And I have the same respect for everyone, but also for every rock and
Yes.
plant and everything. Yeah? So, but the higher vibration, meaning the love in your heart, the kindness, the tenderness that you have for all living things, that
Raises the
overrides the negative. So if you can remember, and this is the trick, if
mm,
you can remember to be in that loving, kind space, then you're good. You don't need to protect yourself at all. Yeah? You just embrace whatever it is as is, and that's it.
mm, that is the perfect answer. I was actually thinking about that and what you were just saying just now, and I feel like when it's like when you look into manifestations, do you believe in I'm sure you do, manifesting, so where attention goes, energy flows, and then that will manifest into outcomes. Is that something that you
Yes and no. Yes and no. So,
okay.
because obviously, whatever you think, whatever you put your attention to, it grows. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's clear. The idea of manifesting, I don't really like very much because it's so industrial and often driven by some kind of greed, even when that is spiritual greed, even worse, than the
Yeah.
normal than the normal greed. And I know that you can fulfill maybe all your desires, all your neurotic desires. But why would you do such a thing? For what? It doesn't help you. Yeah, because
Mm,
it's a bottomless pit. You get
mm.
a big house, you want a bigger house. You get a beautiful wife or husband, you want another one. I know because I've been there. Yeah, it goes on and on and on and on non-stop. But the real thing is to find contentment inside with yourself, and then you're good. And then you can still get the big car or the big house. But then there's no issue and there's no lack. You see, that
Yes.
desire usually shows you, points towards a lack of something,
Mm,
thinking that I'm not enough, I don't have enough, I need more, I need to manifest this or that. On the other hand, of course, if I want to do something, I have to have a positive thought. Absolutely. If I
mm.
start a new project thinking, oh, Arjava, you're going to fail, it's not going to work, of course not going to work. Yes,
Mm.
you need to start with energy going like, okay, we're going to do it and we're going to, I somehow don't like the word manifest. Like to have another word for that.
So co-create with source.
Yeah, you don't, but you don't need to create anything. Everything is here, everything is
Right.
growing by, in spite of us
Yeah.
growing. Yeah, so it's not that I don't like the idea of the I am creating. I makes the word so big, and I don't want to be so big. I'd rather be just a one small cell. But yeah, I think you know what I mean. So
Yeah, I do.
on one hand, you need your intention and you need focus, tremendous focus if you want to do something. And you will succeed doing that if you just if you put your mind to it, full power, which is what I do all the time.
Mm.
On the other hand, remain humble
Yes.
And
Yes.
and don't think that you're the queen or the king of the universe, because you're not. You're one of millions.
Trillions, if you include the cosmos.
Yeah, we as I said, we live in a small place and there's very little light pollution here. So if you go to the beach at night, especially in the winter when all the shops and restaurants are closed in the seaside, it's a seaside resort. And you go and lay on your back, you look up into the sky and you see the Milky Way and everything, then you think that you can create reality or something. There's something wrong.
Mhm.
To learn to be humble and to be not to know, and to be comfortable with not knowing, and to be comfortable with not having to be a big uh I was going to say, yes, a big shit.
You've had a lot of success in your life, um, and now you're so humble. So, so have you done the full circle? Have you gone to have you had the spiritual ego death, or what brought you to this very humble place, or has this just always been you, Ajava?
I don't know. I started meditation when I was 15, and then when I was 18, I went to India. I spent many years with Osho, and his only purpose in life seemed to have been to destroy you, to
Oh,
destroy your ego, to destroy your opinions, your conditioning, all that you think are you, but really upon inspection are not.
mm,
I went through the kind of a good, a very nice mill, and that grinding and fermentation process, it made me see that we are all the same,
mm,
everyone. And if you realize that you're all the same and you're all inside there, it's just emptiness. That is, and emptiness maybe is not a good word, but there is space.
yeah.
There's space. There's infinite space. The same feeling that you have when you dive. Yeah? And when there's this just,
Mm,
I will not name it there,
yeah.
is outside and is within you. And once you
Mm,
realize that spaciousness that is inside and outside, that includes all people, and then you become, well, the label would be humble. Don't I don't think that I'm humble. I'm just normal.
mm,
I'm just a normal one of millions of people. And the success then in the view of that success doesn't really make a difference, because what is success? For me, success is if you are happy with yourself, with who you are, with where you are, with the whole package.
mm,
Success is not measured by money. If you want to measure success by money, then you have people like Trump or Musk being the Superman, the best people on the planet, but definitely they are not. Yeah? So that's not success to me. Success to me is really when you relax into yourself, you're happy
mm,
with yourself, you're kind to yourself, you're in love with yourself,
mm.
not in a neurotic way, but in just a way that the same love that you extend to other people also goes this way, because I'm also one of us.
Mm, mm.
Yeah, so
That's
all
beautiful.
all that matters really is the love that you have in your heart, and even that is not yours.
Mm.
It's just borrowed from the universe for a while. Yeah.
Did you on your and I did you ever on your spiritual journey, did you ever try ayahuasca or anything along those lines? No.
No, I did drugs when I was a kid.
How old? So before 15 or at 15?
Think I started around 14 smoking hashish. That was in the mid 70s in Germany.
Oh.
In those circles, I was living in the kind of middle class environment and going to high school where all the other kids were from middle class academic backgrounds, and everybody was smoking pot, including the teachers.
Oh, okay.
That's how it was. Yeah? I had my share of this, but when I went to India, I stopped. So with 18, it was all over. Yeah, I don't have a judgment about that. If you can use drugs for experimentation, maybe with instruction, it can be good. It can be good. Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck with it. And this is the problem with all the synthetic stuff. As I said, I have two kids, and I always made it clear with them, if you want to experiment with something, experiment here at home with us, but nothing heavy, because
No.
you have only one chance, and that's it. I have seen so many people die and go bananas who are into drugs. And the thing is, you have to get to yourself by yourself without the help of any chemicals or anything, and you don't need it. But this is the thing: you don't need help. You have yourself. You are yourself. What else you want?
Mhm.
You need help with that.
So talking into that when it comes to Reiki and then like mental health and people that are taking antidepressants and antipsychotics, what are your thoughts around that?
Okay, so I think um, depression, let's say clinical depression, for example, is just a chemical imbalance.
Mm.
So if we take the moral aspect, yeah, it's a morality. We think that, oh, somebody's depressed. It's bad. Something is wrong with him. He's not good enough as he is. If you take that away, it's just a chemical imbalance. So you supplement that with medication. It's okay. You're right. Of course, we have a pandemic of people on Prozac, on all this stuff that is totally unnecessary, because people are just unhappy and unfulfilled, disconnected from themselves, from nature, and that's not medicine to stuff somebody with drugs. The medicine would be to get out of that predicament, to get out of that
Environment.
disness. Yeah, and maybe the environment that the people are in. Yeah, change, go somewhere else, start new, spend some
Yeah.
again where we started. Spend more time in nature. Go and sit by the sea, look at the sunset. Go to the forest, just sit there, do nothing. Turn on your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a big issue. I think if somebody's like clinically depressed, it's a good thing to take medication for that, because the medicine can take you out of the dark. out of that dark space. But all the pills that people take to help them deal with themselves are just like a band-aid. You deal with yourself by dealing with yourself, not by not dealing, not by taking pills. That doesn't solve your problems. You solve your problems. You work, but people don't want to work. And working is hard. I remember once I was at a book fair in Frankfurt, which is huge. Yeah? It's like a city. And my publisher had a friend who was one of the advisors of several German presidents, law advisors. And was this big guy, a big, with very high blood pressure, big red head. And I didn't know him. He came up to me and said, "Hey, my friend, the publisher, told me about you. Tell me, in all your years on the spiritual path, have you ever reached somewhere?" And
Oh,
and I look at him, and she was like kind of intimidating, this big guy, you know.
oh.
I looked at him, I said, "Oh, thank God, no." Huh? And he just hit me on the shoulder. He said, "Good boy, go on like that." So later on, I found out he had been a Zen student for 40 years. And he was just checking me out if I thought that I reached something, yeah, of course, there is some kind of maturity after so many years of meditation and all that. But can you hear it? It's just a public announcement. They have speakers here, and when they say, "Oh, today the post office is closed from 9 until 12."
Cute.
So, yeah, it's very basic here. So, what he wanted to know is that if I thought that I had reached something, some inner state, and I said, "Well, thank God, no," because when you think you have reached some kind of inner state, you're deceiving yourself. And uh, from a Japanese point of view, it's very beautiful. They believe that you start with some kind of, let's say, self-realization, something, a little self-realization, and then that grows and grows and grows. You deepen it every day, and then poof, when you die, it's over, and either it's over, or it starts again in your next reincarnation. But it's not like you reach some state and that's it, and now you freeze dry it and vacuum it and keep it and put in the microwave every 5 minutes. Yeah, stick it off like that. So I find that life is just an unfolding, a continuous unfolding, and I hope I will never get anywhere.
Mm. Do do you find that when you start to get somewhere, like you end up going back? It's almost like you kind of keep going, you go low and then it's another little loop and then, it's never ending. It's infinite, isn't it?
We just don't see it. We see only let's say, like in a bicycle, there's so many spokes. We see
Oh.
only one spoke at a time, and we think, "Boy, God, I'm doing so well. I'm doing so good. I'm really growing up. I'm becoming so nice," and blah 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 blah. But then something happens, and poof, you see the next spoke where you know nothing, and you're helpless and lost. And
And
yes,
it starts all over again.
so spiritual development, as far as I'm concerned, is not gradual. It goes like, and then you have some kind of plateau, and suddenly, poof, you're elsewhere. But it's not gradual, and maybe for a few months, a few years, you're in a very good inner state and stable and all that, and something happens, and boom, you're all over the place. Yeah? But
Yes.
deep down, something solidifies in you,
Yeah.
thing matures in you. It's like a seed inside that just needs to go through all sorts of different seasons, needs to go have summer, spring, autumn, fall, and everything. Yeah, it grows.
Yes. Just not all on one day.
No, and there's no rush. There's no rush. I mean, where where to go?
Mm.
Yeah, we are here. Where to go? And why do we always have to put this carrot in front of our nose? Where's the nose there? Which by definition is unreachable. Yeah? For what's the purpose of that? All this hankering for being different, crazy.
So when you first went to India, how long did you spend in India?
The first time I went only for, I think, 3 weeks or something like that. Then I went back to Germany. The next time I went for 2 years, almost. Not exactly, I mean, more like 1 year and 8, 9 months.
Oh.
And then I spent another few years in another one of Osho's spiritual communities in the US. So that was another 3 years. So altogether, I spent about between 5 and 6 years in his presence, and that was very, very intense. And an experience that I'm still
Processing.
processing and also still nourished by.
Oh, beautiful.
So quite incredible, really amazing.
And can you talk into some of the experiences you had there with him?
To make it simple, really, we were pushed all the time, constantly, to face ourselves. Who am I? Who am I? Is that really me speaking? Or is that my conditioning? Is that my religion? Is that my beliefs? Is that my upbringing, my culture, my language, yeah? We were always pushed to face asking this question: who am I? What am I doing here? Is that really me or not? Yes,
Mm.
this is what I learned: to reflect and to look and to question and to find that space,
Mm.
infinite space that is without and within. Which for me is the most important thing. And then, of course, many other things happen because of this process.
Mm.
Yeah, I became more kind, more loving, less concerned with myself. In the beginning, of course, when you're on the spiritual path, you think only of yourself. Yeah? Me, my meditation, my inner world, my me, mine. Always which is the exact opposite of what it is really. But it's like that. You become egoistic, spiritually egoistic. But at some point, you realize that you go like, whoops, what happened? And then if you can let it go, then comes really good fun.
Yeah.
So it's difficult to pinpoint the experiences to one key experience. There wasn't such a thing. There were many, 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 many small mini satoris, mini enlightenments, that have led to the the way I feel now. And satori in Japanese is like a term for mini enlightenment. It's not enlightenment, like suddenly something happens and you are like a god. It's not like that. It's just that for a moment, suddenly you realize your essence. And that happens to all of us multiple times, maybe hundreds of times, but most people don't pay attention. They don't notice it.
Mm.
Yeah. So this is the secret really is this. One of my favorite Zen masters, Shunryu Suzuki, he said, you have to be like a frog sitting by the pond, and then when the mosquito comes by, yeah, you have to get it. You have to be aware, and therefore, for this reason, we in meditation you generate the awareness, yeah, that you notice things, and that you learn to reflect, always bringing the arrow of attention back in a non-egoistic way.
So, talking about the enlightenment and meditation, like you've had those experiences where you go into a dark room for a couple of days.
We built a training center here in Lesbos where we teach Reiki meditation, and we sit in the dark, in complete darkness. Every year we do 1 week retreat.
Wow.
Maybe next year. And next year I will do 2, and it's nice. Not we don't sit all day in the
Okay.
dark, but we sit like an hour or an hour 15 minutes, and then take a few minutes off, and then again another hour. So 5-6 hours every day. It's beautiful.
And so the level of enlightenment that you get from doing that, I can imagine.
Ah, no enlightenment, nothing.
No enlightenment?
No. But I tell you, darkness is so brilliant when you get used to it. It's so nice.
Mm.
You cannot imagine how luminant darkness can be. The darkness is nice. I love that. I really love that. Sitting in the dark and just everything just stops. Beautiful. But
So what would the purpose of doing the doing sitting in meditation for 6 hours in the dark? Why would people be drawn to that?
the purpose really is of all meditation is to find your essence, to find out who you are, to find your and the finding your essence or your essential being or your self-realization is it's not a big deal. Because you are already here. You are as you are. But
Mm.
we need time to be with ourselves and to realize who you are. If you can name that, you're already deceiving yourself. So all you can have
Mhm.
is some kind of like an inkling, like a scent, a flavor of yourself that wafts by. That's it. And that's enough. That's enough. That brings you contentment and some kind of relaxation. I'm not really looking for enlightenment in the sense that something happens that takes you out of your misery.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's an escape.
Mm.
Yeah, you think like you're not good enough as you are, you're unhappy, and now you want something to take you out, yeah? So that suddenly everything is just
Yeah, zen.
milk and honey. No, it's not that. Life goes on.
Mm.
It's all about learning to be content in the moment, content with what is, and content with what is inside, whether that is happiness or tension
Mm.
or pain or whatever.
Mm.
Yeah, sunshine, rain, whatever. This is the thing. In Zen Buddhism, they have a beautiful concept. Um, the same Zen master I was talking about earlier, Suzuki Roshi, he said that strictly speaking, there is no enlightenment, because if enlightenment is a dissolution of ego, then who is there to be enlightened? There's nobody home. Yeah, so it cannot be for the small self.
Mm.
So what he proposed is that there is only one thing, there's enlightened action. And I really love that concept, yeah? Because we all know and we all have a choice whether we act in an enlightened way, in a loving, kind. We all have a filter, we know what is right, what is good,
Mm.
or in a neurotic way. And we know when we do this and we know when we do that. So when I'm fighting with my wife, which we do occasionally,
You're human.
then I know inside, and so does she, I know that what I'm doing isn't right. I shouldn't be doing.
Mm.
I should just take a breath and say, "Hey, stop. Let's stop." But I don't. Eh? So I know when I'm not acting in a enlightened, let's say enlightened way, and I still do it.
Mm.
Huh? It's a learning process to learn to come back to yourself in situations of stress. And this is why we have these situations of stress, to help us to
Mm.
learn. It's all
Yes.
it's all for a good cause. All the difficulties, all the challenges are for a good cause, are for us to learn how to deal with it and how to come back home.
Mm.
So it's all good, it's all part. It's if you think everything would be perfect, you stop learning.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need the challenges. They are stimulating, and we find more depths with difficulties, with pain, with suffering. Pain is a great teacher. Yeah, on all levels, whether that's physical or spiritual or emotional or so.
Mm.
It's where we learn. It's good.
Ah.
All is good. You see, in nature is the same. Yeah, there's no judgment. There's all sorts of things are happening. We make judgments. We say, okay, I want this, I don't want that. I agree with this, I disagree with that, but nature doesn't do any of that. Yeah, so we can maybe from nature we can learn that giving space to everything.
Yeah. Perfect.
Nice. Woo!
Wow. You know, I could keep talking to you all the hours, but I'm sure you have um, a day to get to. I'll be going to bed. You'll be going off to start your day after this.
Yeah. Let's continue this. It was
I
nice.
would love. I would love to. Thank you.
Yeah, I have to get going soon with I have to take my wife to a physiotherapist. Afterwards, we go to some hot springs, so it's good.
Oh, it sounds like a beautiful day. Will you do Reiki on her?
Yeah, we do Reiki is for us. It's just a way of life. It's something that is part of our daily regimen, like eating or drinking coffee or anything.
Yeah.
It's not separate from that, and we don't divide life into the mundane and the spiritual. It's all one.
Yes.
It's all simple.
Yeah. Yes.
Nothing,
Yes.
no big deal. So what? This is
Like breathing,
like breathing. Yeah,
just natural.
natural, no big deal. Huh? That's what you do. You hurt, you treat yourself. Somebody else
Mm,
hurts, you treat them. Yeah? We take care of each other. It's nice.
beautiful. Well, thank you so much for your time. This has been gorgeous. Thank you. We will hopefully do this again soon.
Yeah, anytime. Well, not really anytime.
Sorry.
While I'm teaching, I don't have time. I
Yeah.
give all my attention to what it is I'm doing there. So
Maybe we can talk into that next time.
sure, let's see. I'm sure
See.
we'll find plenty of things to talk about.
Yeah. It's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.